A new, far deeper military alliance is taking shape, with Russia now training Chinese airborne troops to drop armoured vehicles from the sky, a capability that could reshape any future battle for Taiwan. According to a report by the UK defence think tank RUSI, Russia has agreed to supply the People's Liberation Army, or PLA, with around 60 airborne armoured vehicles like these BMD-4Ms, and train a battalion of Chinese paratroopers how to use them. RUSI experts say they've seen an 800-page contract between Moscow and Beijing. It includes the sale of dozens of amphibious assault vehicles, self-propelled guns and airborne armoured personnel carriers, along with Orlan-10 reconnaissance drones and aircraft parachute systems. The vehicles will be fitted with Chinese communication equipment and the software needed to fire Chinese ammunition. The report says PLA commanders think an amphibious landing on Taiwan is too risky. There aren't many beaches that are suitable, and those that are would be well defended. So they're looking at alternatives, and one of them is some form of airborne assault. One option could be helicopters, but as the Russians found out at Hostomel Airport when they tried to take Kyiv in 2022, helicopter-borne troops are no match for a mechanised enemy. Beijing believes airdropping armour onto firm, open countryside, even golf courses, could allow the PLA to move quickly against Taiwanese ports and airfields. As well as weapons, Russia is also handing China the blueprints for some of its military technology, allowing them to scale up their own domestic production of airborne systems. The RUSI report says this method of deploying armour by air could allow the PLA to extend its reach across the South China Sea. That might include taking airfields in places like the Philippines to try and stop the US responding to any invasion of Taiwan. For Moscow and Russia's defence industries, this deal provides an economic lifeline. In the past, the Kremlin's been wary of exporting military kit to China for fears it'll be copied. But Vladimir Putin sees Taiwan as a way of Russia becoming a key supplier of military equipment to Beijing. For China, the deal is all about access to combat-tested expertise. It also believes that funding Russia means the war in Ukraine will continue, fixing all of NATO's attention on Europe rather than the Indo-Pacific. Chinese President Xi Jinping has told the People's Liberation Army to be ready to seize Taiwan by 2027. The RUSI report says this new arrangement could accelerate that timescale, a move that could also bring the US into direct conflict with Beijing and ignite yet another devastating regional conflict. Simon Newton, BFBS Forces News. Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.